Well, I think that what we have done is tried to get good young players, teach them how to compete, you know, teach them how to win, and yeah, I think this team, enters the season with probably more experience and more depth than we've had for a couple of years, and it's a group I think that can lean on some experience. We had a lot of close games a year ago, but a lot of those guys are back, and hopefully they can draw on that experience and make the difference for us.
What went right in that 5 game stretch into January, 1st February where you're winning?
Well, we had I think the last 15 games of the year we were a really good basketball team. We had matured. I think that we were playing fairly efficient basketball. We were good defensively, and we had a great player who was leading the fight. I think even if Contavious had come back to school for his junior year, you would have seen a more balanced offensive team. And now I think we'll have to rely on that balance to replace him. But a year ago, when we played our best during that stretch, we had a team that was getting production from a lot of different places.
I was going to say that balance is good. Those shots will go everywhere. You still want a guy that can take that shot or make that play with 10 seconds on the shot clock, but it's better to have the balance.
Well, it is a team game, and I think the hardest teams to guard are ones that score from a number of different places, and hopefully we can be that kind of team. I think we've made a great deal of progress there. That we have more guys who can score. Do we have the great player, the top 10 pick in the draft? I don't know if we have that yet, but if they can play together and all do their part, then hopefully that'll be more effective.
What do you like about the team besides 8 guys back?
Well, we got. I think we have a full complement of players, and we don't have to be as cautious because we're just trying to keep guys on the floor because we don't have depth or because, we're play junk defenses because we can't match up. I finally feel like we have a full complement of guys, and that's probably what I like most about them.
Is it good for your team and you as a coach, the way they'll blow the whistle? Of course, we don't know yet. Do we have some games? What do you think of that?
Well, scoring was at a 30-year low last year, and the game had evolved to the point where it was just make a three or overpower somebody at the basket. And so the truest form of basketball was being lost. And I think that the national minds have made a commitment to change how the game's officiated, to change the rules. And I think that's the best thing for the game. I think, it's going to be an adjustment for us. We're going to have to swallow the fact that we're going to have more guys foul out and there's going to be more free throws in the game. But in the long run, it's the best thing for basketball.
It'll create more drives, I'm saying. What do you think it'll do? Drive to the goal?
I think that you'll see more man movement. I think you may see more drives to the goal. It almost appears like it's going to be easier to take a charge versus a dribbler than a guy that's just waiting at the goal trying to take one. But I think what you'll see is that it should free up offenses, and I think that's what people want to see. And the nature of the way the game's been played the last couple of years has really kind of stifled that.
You on board with basically, I was going to say semi, but it's probably a stronger word than that, permanent home in Nashville? You like the baseball at Hoover and the football at Atlanta?
I think that a permanent home is pretty good for the SEC. We do in Atlanta get the benefit of hosting the football championship. I wish we could have the basketball tournament every once in a while, and maybe we still will. But Nashville's been a great site, and they do a wonderful job hosting the tournament, and we certainly always enjoy going there.
Finally, is this league undersold? To me, it's a lot of guys like you, but then there was, I think, 6 or 7 first or second year coaches last year. And as you know, it takes 4, 5, 6 years to even get your guys going. Will we see this league?
Well, I think what you'll see in this league is this league is overshadowed a little bit because our football has just kicked everybody else's tail. I mean, and so people lose sight of the fact of how good our basketball has been. We've had some turnover in coaches. There's people trying to build programs. That does take time, and I think you'll see that some of that is going to come to fruition, and hopefully, even though our football is going to remain great, people will start to respect the basketball as well.